Today we'd like to thank Tank Lawrence for content. It's getting messy. It's getting messy with the Dallas Cowboys. Welcome to leadership, Micah Parsons. Aren't we having fun now? Let's do a Cowboys show, shall we? The DLLS Cowboys podcast starts. Meow. What a day. What a day. Everybody, welcome to the Clown Show. Welcome to the Clown Show. We ready to rock. Listen, we can say that about our team, but you can't. if you're not part of the team anymore, you can't say that stuff. The Cowboys signed a guy. They're talking about signing another guy. Micah and Tank are going to meet up for karate in the garage. So we got a whole party. Huh?
At the dojo in the garage.
We got a show for you today. My name is Jeff. And next to me is former Cowboys wide receiver Jesse Holley.
Oh, Jesse Holley went 77 yards. It must be a reality show.
Next to him is the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, Clarence Hill.
Club hop hop, where legends drop. Clarence Hill just can't stop.
Yes.
Breaking news, you gotta hop.
Oh, he's raw dog! Oh, my God!
He's raw dog. If today couldn't get any more nasty.
Oh, let's go!
He's
excited. The word the cat. Let's go!
Raw dog it on
Let's
a
fight
Friday.
today.
You nasty bastard.
Came to fight.
Yeah! Yo!
It's so warm outside too. It's not cold
That's
anymore.
right
Oh
on
my
the t-shirt.
God.
Good. Came to fight.
You were sweating in that raw dog vehicle.
No.
Technically, I was looking for my DLS shirt because it's supposed to be DLS Gear Friday.
Yeah, I got the
couldn't find
DLLS white tee on.
I couldn't
yeah.
find my t-shirt. I grabbed it. Says too hot to put something, so I put it on. You guys have no gear on.
Messy.
I got gear.
Yo, 2 minutes into the show and a major violation. That's right, Jeremy.
It's disgusting.
That's ain't trying to see the hamburger meat.
That's so gross. Next to Clarence, the new best beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, Mr. Joe Hoyt.
Tell him something, Joe.
Who's technically raw dogging under his t-shirt as well.
You don't know that.
Technically,
Are you raw
You don't know
dogging?
that?
You raw
Technically.
dogging.
I'm raw dogging
It's
under my
a lot of
t-shirt.
raw dogging.
Why are you?
You raw dogging.
Why are you being messy?
Oh,
Why are you being
It's
messy,
that
Jesse?
day. It's time.
it's time.
It's time. Let's cook.
Y'all see what Tank said? Let's just play it. Here's Tank.
You know, Dallas is my home. I made my home there. You know, my family lives there. You know, I'm forever going to be there. But, you know, I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. So, yeah. We here.
We're here. DeMarcus Lawrence,
Appreciate
welcome to the Seahawks.
Thank
Thanks for joining us.
What if he meant?
Yes!
What?
Yes! Yes!
Listen.
Mess!
Listen.
Yes!
Listen.
We got mesh.
Listen.
I like it.
That was
Yes!
for you guys that said he wasn't taking a shot. He knew what he was saying. That's why he said, yeah.
I thought he
That's a
just.
shot.
Yes.
I didn't think so.
That's a shot.
I thought he was saying I know I won't win a Super Bowl there because like I'm not there anymore. So even if they do, I won't be there for it.
We don't need adults today.
No.
We don't need adults.
They don't know. He wasn't being an adult.
Damn being an adult.
And when he said, yeah.
We are being messy. That was a shot at the Cowboys. I don't need adult rationalization.
Yes.
I don't need the adult in the room to try to give me this
He's just saying
sophisticated
I'm not
answer.
there, so even if they did win, I wouldn't.
No,
have
he's
shot.
not stopping.
I wouldn't
That's
have
a
shot.
shot.
I appreciate you playing devil's advocate
There's
for
no-
the
we don't
bid.
need it.
There's no devil's
bet?
advocate.
No,
That was
for
a
the bet?
shot.
No, that's a shot.
That's a
That
shot.
is a shot that Tank couldn't wait.
He could have said, Dallas my home, but I'm in Seattle. Let's go Seahawks. I'm looking forward to a great future in Seattle. He took a shot in there. Why are we talking about Super Bowls in Seattle? They ain't finna win either. That was a shot at the Cowboys.
I know, Sam
Seattle
Darnold-
is not winning a Super Bowl.
No,
they're
they're
no closer than this Cowboys team.
Yeah, I don't want to calm this down either. I want everybody to get really excited about it. But if I wanted to calm it down, which I'm not going to, so I'm not going to say what I would say, which is he's saying the exact same thing that we say every day. They
That's
didn't
not
win
the point,
nothing.
but we're not in the locker room. He's in the locker room.
Neither is he.
No,
Okay.
yeah, neither is he.
But he was in the locker room. It's like leaving your family. Come on, man. That you talk
Oh, no,
about
it's messy.
brotherhood. That's messy. Whether it's the truth or not. As I tell my kids, all truth don't have to be told. You can be a truth teller, but you started some stuff. Okay.
You telling your
Well,
kids a lie?
As my grandma said, you're a peace breaker. You're trying to break some peace. You're doing it on purpose. You know what you're doing.
You telling your
You're
kids a
being
lie?
messy.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, he
No,
knows
I'm
what
not
he's
telling a lie. I said it don't have to be said.
I know. I'm
You
kidding.
can keep it to yourself.
I'm kidding.
This whole, I just tell the truth, I'm unvarnished truth. That ain't cool either. That ain't always cool to just tell the unvarnished truth in certain situations. He did that on purpose.
It also didn't end there.
No, it didn't end there. And I want to say something right quick.
No, because then the Cowboys now that they're younger in the locker
Yes,
room,
it's a younger locker
they're the
room.
most online team
I know.
in the world.
Right, right. And it is what's her name? This comedian once said, when you do clownery, the clown come back to bite.
Okay.
Oh,
And the
okay.
clown came back to bite.
Well, you knew that was going to happen.
Right.
Like Micah Parsons is not going to
So the
not
Micah Parsons
tweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just-
That's what rejection and envy look like. No, you didn't blur out a curse word. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
Whatever.
That's
Hey,
some
let's
clown.
get messy. Let's go.
That's some clown
That's some clown shit.
stuff.
They get one. We get one. That's our one.
When you
That's our
do
one.
clownery,
That's
when
our
you
one.
do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. Okay? And it's
so
gonna bite.
now they have to fight.
You know,
I think they have to fight now.
And before we get to the
fight.
next statement, and again, this is something which I wrote about yesterday. We talked about yesterday. It was pointed when DeMarcus Lawrence left. Micah Parsons said, "Quickly, it's my time."
Yeah.
So
Okay,
he actually took the shot first. Micah took the shot first. Micah
It was
took
more of-
the shot
He took.
first.
He took. That was the. Yes.
Okay,
I
now,
wanted to-
I told you I want smoke.
Yeah, yes, he took
Who
the shot
you
first.
really
want smoke?
Yeah, he took the shot first.
I did.
It's my time.
No,
Because-
it wasn't a
because-
shot.
That was one
No,
of
no,
her
no,
No, it wasn't a
shot.
shot.
It was a shot.
No, it was a veiled shot, I guess you could say, because something had happened.
Veiled is-
DeMarcus is gone. It's my time now. That's
Yes,
it was fact.
but what is
that was
the,
fact.
The timing of
shot,
it-
The shot is the fact that there was always something bubbling underneath the surface between these two alpha males in this locker for dominance of the defensive meeting room.
Yeah,
Micah Parsons has been the best player on the defense, but DeMarcus Lawrence was the big dog.
I know. And now the dog's in a new pack.
I understand that. So when he says it's my time, he said he's gone. It's my time.
I think it's
and
just
that
a
was a shot. Well, again, that's why this stuff is. That's why it's pointed. That was a fact, but this is personal. This tweet war is personal because of the junk that's underneath.
Clarence, 40 years from now, when you retire, I'm going to tweet, "It's my time now." And then it's going to be the same thing. It's just a fact. You gone, I'm here.
Now, can we have a good
But
relationship?
if y'all have
We
a
have a good
contentious
relationship.
relationship,
If there's an intense relationship and we're fighting over power in the room, it's a different. It comes across differently, and that comes across differently. That's what we saw. And of course, as soon as Micah tweeted that, D-Law was right back at him.
He ain't going back down.
We got that D-Law tweet.
There it is.
Calling me a clown won't change the fact that I told the truth. Maybe if you spent less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left.
Yeah, see,
Devilly face.
Not the first time that's been said.
not the first time that's been said, but see, more than one thing can be true.
No doubt. Yeah.
Okay,
no.
we've talked about this.
like with you when you talk.
More than one thing can be true. Yes, the Cowboy players, fans, media, everybody had a problem with Micah tweeting in his podcast and all other stuff. But that ain't why DeMarcus left. Okay?
No, he left because somebody else gave money.
And that ain't why the Cowboys weren't winning. And DeMarcus Lawrence was part of them not winning. You know, what frustrates me is only a few people like Dak and the quarterbacks get beaten down over not winning. right?
Oh yeah, you can carry that.
I'm carrying. I'm just saying, but everybody it don't stick to people. Like
Jeremy said I'm carrying the D-Law.
Yeah, it's not sticking to people. But let's be honest.
Captain Thunder's here to make it about Dak.
Right on cue. Right on
It
cue.
ain't about that.
Tank and Mike not getting along is Dak's fault.
Right on cue.
Thanks, Captain Thunder.
Again,
Attitude reflects leadership.
this it's been bubbling underneath the surface.
Yeah.
It's been there. It's all personal and all pointed. But Micah tweeting is not why they haven't won, because D-Law was part of those playoff losses, and D-Law was the one who said I was tired. Was after the Green Bay game.
We were all tired. Yeah, I was very tired.
Yeah.
It was a long season. We're tired.
Which, if you go back and you watch that whole thing, go back. Do yourself a favor. Don't just watch that clip. Go back and watch the entire interview. He was holding back from saying something that he really wanted to say in that clip, in that interview.
Yeah.
He was holding.
Yeah.
He wanted to say something about some other guys on that team in that interview that he kept pulling himself back, and he got to the point of like, we was just tired.
Yeah, and it was at that Super Bowl when all that stuff went out that Micah started talking about changing the culture too. That was last year, the Super Bowl after that Green Bay loss, and he was on the set with all the other players and from other teams and talking about what happened in the Green Bay game. He talked about that's what he initially started about. Changing the culture.
At the time, was he like giving a hug to the quarterback who whipped his ass and hanging out with him for a while, going on vacation together and stuff? Or?
But let's be honest, the reason why DeMarcus Lawrence is not with the Cowboys is not because of Micah. It's because Seattle offered him 3 years, $42 million, $18 million guarantee. The Cowboys did not offer him a contract.
No, but now they get to say the things that they've thought about each other forever in public.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in Micah's case, you're the old man and this is my team and I'm the best and we're amazing. We're going to kick everybody's ass. And for Tank, it was, God, you annoying online petulant child. And so now they get to say it online at each other instead of quietly thinking it.
We heard it last year too from the veteran when Malik Hooker said, hey, you don't share this stuff on a podcast. And he called Micah out for having a podcast and tweeting.
Oh, we got to see what Malik thinks.
Okay,
this was last year.
I got to find Malik.
Take the mic with you.
He called Micah out on a podcast.
Yeah.
About a podcast.
Yeah.
But he did it on a podcast.
Yeah,
I know, but he doesn't have a podcast.
I understand that.
I know.
But just the irony of
it is
you're taking shots at me instead of, as Micah said, you see me in the locker room all the time. You didn't say I'm in the locker room, but you get to the podcast
No doubt.
talking trash. So you can't call me out about a podcast on a podcast when you weren't man enough to do it in my face.
My point being is I think that's a topic among the older guys in the locker room.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No, but the hypocrisy of the older guys in the locker
100%.
room is my point is, and the fact is you can't play and I can play. Don't get out my face.
But now we get to be led by the young people who are all unified in their
they're not.
And their pissed off internet stuff.
They're not.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, Osa was.
They're all on this.
They are. They're unified. Y'all both unified.
They're all on the same.
It's
They're
a
ready
young
now.
thing. And that's what we talked about yesterday.
We're gonna beat Seattle this year.
We talked about that.
We ain't playing.
Which I talked about yesterday. This is a younger team. All the old guys are gone. I mean, Mike is one of the oldest tenure. He and Osa came in together.
Yeah.
They're among they're the old guard. And they're in line with each other. And maybe everybody's not on the same. I don't think Dak agrees with he talked about having conversations with Micah in his leadership and being around. And I know last year he talked about, Micah, you need to be here for OTAs. You need to be here for minicamp. So everybody's not in line with what Micah said. Those guys on defense, those defensive line guys, I think they're in lockstep.
We had an in-depth conversation, and this is not me taking sides because, frankly,
which side are you taking?
Which side are you taking?
Which side though?
None of them.
Well, we'll find out, I guess, right now.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah, which side are you on here?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm not taking anyone's side.
Right.
But we had an in-depth conversation yesterday about leadership, right? And how that looks and the changing of the culture.
Yep.
And I found a quote last night. And this is why, and I'm not pointing at anyone, but I'm saying when you want to be a leader, you don't have to keep yelling about it. There are things that you do and ways that you move that show that you're a true leader. I found this quote last night, and it said, "Lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of
the sheep." Yep.
Lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep.
But this is a big dog.
You're not losing sleep by tweeting. You just tweet.
That's a big
Lions
dog.
It's on their
don't
mind. It's on his mind, though.
lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. You can take what a man has to say and go, he bitter, he hurt, he feels some kind of way. What I am not going to do is feed it. He wants smoke. I don't have to be the kerosene. He wants the fight. I don't have to be a brawler. I don't have to go out there and fight a street fighter's fight. I'm a prize fighter. See, you think Dak ain't see this? You think Dak ain't see this?
Of
course he sees
Of course he
Yeah,
did.
he
But
couldn't
Dak
care
goes-
less.
But Dak goes,
He couldn't care less.
I am not involving myself in the opinion of someone who is no longer a part of our organization. Micah's in Dubai.
And I bet you Micah is thinking,
And
Dak's
Dak's in
off. Why
Dak's
is
in the
Dak
Bahamas.
talking?
He's in Dubai.
And Dak's in the Bahamas.
You took away from your time away to respond to someone who is no longer in your locker room. But you're talking about culture change. We are now on every national television show. We are now talking about this particular thing. And I know we have to go to commercial. But I do want to, I sat back, I didn't interrupt anybody. I let everybody talk and have their way about this thing. But I do want to get more in depth about this whole leadership thing and how this plays right into the part we're talking about.
I kind of want to challenge you on this point. So
Let's do it.
Let's go after the
Let's do
break.
it
I
after,
kind of want to
after the
challenge
break.
you.
Let's go.
We got
All right,
more
yeah.
segments.
They're both wrong. They're going to fight next, and then we'll award points based on merit on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
And I am on my timeline today. We were
Oh,
on our
you are.
timelines last night,
You are.
but I'm on my timeline today. And I thought about timeline today. Well, you can go to timeline.com/DLLS and you can use the promo code to get 10% off. DLS is the promo code to get 10% off an order. And I thought about timeline. What is timeline? It's the time that you were born to the time that you die. And the timeline is everything in between. And you want to live the best life that you possibly can. And that's what timeline helps you do. It gives you the way. What's the word I couldn't say?
Proprietary.
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 For the mito pure. It helps you be stronger, to live better, be more healthy. It gives your body the function that it needs. As we get older, we lose certain things. But Timeline is here to help you out. So head over to timeline.com and use the promo code 10 to DLLS to get 10% off. And your timeline, that part in between, can be much better and much stronger. Timeline.com.
I want to shout out to our new friends at Monarch Money, and the website is monarchmoney.com. And their greatness, you know, it helped me to realize what they do is they help you with your finances, and they can help you to realize what's going on in your finance world. Like maybe for me, I found out, oh, wait, I actually should probably be doing some 401k things over there. Oh, is that how much I spend on having food delivered to my door? Oh, is that? Oh. Monarch Money, they're the best of the best. Finances can be messy. They can be confusing. They act like your personal CFO. And they give you full visibility and control so you can stop earning and start growing. It's more than just your average budgeting app. Monarch Money, what they do is they're a complete financial command center for your accounts, investments, and goals. They're going to get you all squared away. They're going to take care of you. You can track shared and individual accounts, set goals together with a significant other, keep money check-ins drama-free. And you can share access with a financial advisor or tax pro at no extra cost. It is monarchmoney.com. Promo code DLLS. Get you 50% off your first year. All right, y'all fighting about the fighting about? Y'all we gonna fight about the fight about?
I want to push
Get the
back.
rebuttal.
I
You
want
wanna
to push
fight
back on
against the
one
fighter?
thing he said, though. He's saying that, like, you don't have to feed the beast that's kind of going out there. You don't have to be the kerosene to it. But also, if I'm the leader of this team and I hear someone taking a shot at my team and what we've done in the past and what we're potentially going to do, I want to respond to that.
Why?
Because I don't want that.
Why?
They were going to talk about what DeMarcus Lawrence said regardless.
No,
on,
they weren't.
on
Yeah,
national TV?
Right, but it has no legs. Okay, he said it. Cool.
That
Now
is
what?
still leading first take this
that's
morning.
leading first take.
It's leading first take because it got the response from Micah.
No.
It
It is
was gonna
leading
lead
first
it
take
away.
regardless.
No, it doesn't have real legs to stand on.
It dies faster. I will give you that. It will die faster. Now it's a big thing.
The top headline on ESPN does look a lot better when you add the second name, where it's Lawrence Super Bowl jab Sparks spat with Parsons.
It
does help.
lends for now. Yes, it lends for the opportunity for, if Micah says nothing, because at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
day.
And smart people would know, D-Law, you didn't help us win either. So, and you weren't tweeting, and you weren't podcasting.
But smart isn't prevalent. Smart is not prevalent amongst society. I still think that what DeMarcus Lawrence said, saying, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there," in conjunction with the fact that they are in this little drought, makes it even more telling and a huge headline.
And my thing is about, we talked about culture and we talked about leadership.
Yeah,
like this is a clear picture of why some of the things are going on. Now, here's what you have. Here's what you have. Make no mistake about this. The locker room, there are some that are pro Micah in the locker room.
Yeah, no doubt.
Saying he's right. Micah's right.
There's some, though.
And there's some that say, I'm team D-Law.
Agreed.
See, I hear you, but Micah's defending the team. Okay.
But you don't have to defend the team.
Have to is not the point.
It is the point. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to defend. He didn't say Micah. He didn't say Micah.
I know. He was talking about the team.
Micah took it upon himself to now go out there and think that he has to defend the team.
Yes, but I think everybody in the locker room, you look at what DeMarcus and Overshawn tweeted, Cowboys versus everybody. They're closing ranks. Okay. Yes, sensitivities are high. They're high for the 30-year drought. They're high for everything. Everything. The 30-year drought. That's why DeMarcus Lawrence said, I ain't win no Super Bowl over there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The sensitivities are high. And they're going to defend their house.
All right, let's get into semantics then. Right, let's get into semantics then. DeMarcus Lawrence said, I. He didn't say they. He didn't say we.
He said I'm not winning.
He said I'm not winning there.
Right. There is they.
Because he's not there.
He said I.
But there is they.
He said I'm not winning with them.
Right, with them.
Because he's not with them. He can't.
He was making a point. You guys know he was making a point. I chose here because I'm not winning there. It wasn't because I'm not there anymore. He said I chose to go somewhere else because I ain't gonna win over there. Because they are not a winning attitude. They don't have a winning culture. They don't have a winning environment. They don't have a winning ownership. He's saying all of that.
Yeah.
I was there for 10 years. I know what that looks like. I ain't winning there. That's personal.
Yeah. I like your leadership thing. So anything you have.
No, leadership is on point.
No.
There's no question about that.
I was just saying before I go to a different thought.
Yeah.
Because I do think
and then I love the fact that fans are like, if it's F us, it's F you. Like,
yes.
What are you talking?
That's how they feel. They're closing the range. You can. It's like I can talk about my mama, but you can't. I can talk about my sister, but you can't. I can be mad at my family member and call them all kind of names, but don't you say it. That's how it is. That's how we are.
That are not worth. People say stuff like that are not worth me responding to.
I think that was worth responding to.
And it's not worth. Yeah, not if it's not the truth.
Yeah, but this is 2025, and these kids are on social media. That's what they do.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's in their DNA. That's in their nature.
That doesn't make it right.
No, it's not. But it's not a right or wrong issue. It's what it is.
It doesn't matter whether what they do. It doesn't make it even. It doesn't make it right.
It's all very predictable, though, is my favorite part. Yeah. Like, I can tell you based on what happens and who says what, who's going to say what on the internet. Like, it's so predictable. As soon as I saw that thing from Tank, I went to Micah Parsons' Twitter.
I was waiting for it.
I'm like, I know who's responding to this.
I said, damn.
I tweeted right after that. I said, I can't wait for a certain podcast.
Yes.
Right. We all knew
I never think I need to see what Dak's going to say because, like, because he's, I don't mean it as an insult, but like Dak is very much an adult. Like that's gonna come. Somebody's gonna tell him Tank said that, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, all right." And like Mike is gonna hear it and be like, "Where is my phone?"
But that's the type of stuff
Dak
that
is like D-Law. Jump off if you want to.
That's the
like
type
Dak
of stuff
might actually text D-Law and be like, "That was goofy."
Jump off if you want to.
Is that we all knew who it was going to pull off sides.
And the best part is, no, time out. Because here's the best part. I don't think it had anything to do with Micah Parsons in any way, shape, or form. That was a Tank Lawrence shot directly
at the organization,
at Jerry and Steven.
It was
directly.
It was, but because there's tension between
the same people that Mike is on the internet begging to sign free agents, Tank's talking crap about them, and you have to stand up
because there was already tension between Tank and Micah.
Right.
and Micah's team, Jerry. Micah's going to take it on us. I'm the leader now. I'm going to take up for the organization.
But that doesn't make it right.
I didn't say it was
That's what
right,
I'm
but
saying.
It's not right or wrong.
It's not an issue. I mean, I hear you.
It's us versus
but the
them.
point is, he said D-Law was really taking a shot at the organization.
Right.
But because of the tension, the personal issues we have, and they've been there since Micah's rookie year.
Yeah.
You know, and they've been, you know, you can hear in some of the words they say or don't say about each other. They don't bond a lot. They was there. Micah was going to take a shot. There was no question he was going to come back. And it's him. I'm the Cowboys now. I'm the leader now. I represent the organization now. I'm the face of the organization, and I'm taking up for Jerry. I'm taking up for the Cowboys. You take a shot at us. That's what he did. Right, wrong, and different. That's what he did.
And in 2030, when Micah signs with Baltimore
I was gonna say.
and takes his shot at the Cowboys, whoever the Cowboys pick in the first round next year is going to talk bad about Micah.
The ironic thing about that, and it better be ironic,
better be ironic.
is the fact that Micah in the Super Bowl also had a podcast where he said, like, he was talking to Derrick Henry, and he's like, yeah, you know, I'm going to sign this contract with Dallas, and we're going to chase the Super Bowl. And if that doesn't happen, then I'm out because I'm going to try to get a Super Bowl, is basically what he said. That is what he said.
And
So,
everybody-
like, we could be seeing the future playing out from the opposite end, 2030 to
We
your
will.
point.
But I do think it's fun that all of the young, mostly the defensive linemen or the defensive players that are kind of the same.
And what did
age,
Osa say?
It is like they're getting into their little bunker, and like if this
Yeah.
motivates you and this makes you, I don't think it will actually do anything except get them to talk on the internet for one day. But like if that actually motivated you to do something different or to work harder or to go whip ass, then this would be a lot of fun and it would matter.
And-
I think ultimately it means nothing because
Yeah.
it's going to be 3 or 4 guys that talk crap on the internet for 48 hours and then it's over.
and
And I love Jordan Lewis's tweet.
I love Jordan Lewis.
I love Jordan
That's
Lewis's
my
tweet.
hero.
Jordan Lewis says, I use the internet.
but
Just not in that way. Just
but
not,
not
like
like
Not
that.
like that.
Yes, and he-
like that's the mature thing to do.
and he left, and I can tell
That's
you.
the mature thing
And
to
I
do.
agree.
30.
And I,
That's the
and-
mature
and
thing
I
to
agree, and I
do.
can tell you, Jordan Lewis feels like Tank about Micah.
Oh yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
there's no question about that.
For sure.
But he's not going to air it out on the internet.
Right.
There's no question
Because
about it.
that's the mature thing to do. We're talking about maturity and leadership. You don't have to get on the internet and respond.
I
and say
know, but my
anything.
point is, you're right.
Yeah,
But
people
my-
don't have to, but
no,
I don't
but-
get
but
it.
no,
Get it.
but-
Shut the hell up,
but-
now. What are you talking about?
but-
You don't have to get on the
but-
internet
but-
and do it.
But the point is, as we point out, Micah, we're excusing the D-Law is also on the internet doing it. You know, we're pointing out that that's not leadership, Micah. Was that leadership by D-Law?
We don't cover Seattle. We cover the Cowboys.
He was right here,
okay,
and we were just
okay.
holding them up as being leaders on the Cowboys, okay? And how their leadership styles and how they move and how they that's all part of the conversation, though. We can't just point that's bad leadership on Micah. And here's D-Law, who's been the longest tenured veteran, you know, the guy that everybody looked up to. He's in the middle of the fray.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody everybody in this scenario has done exactly what I would expect them to do. I don't know if that means wrong or right, but like Tank Lawrence had a microphone to do an interview on a new team after leaving a team he'd been with for a decade, and everyone who leaves the Cowboys that gets asked about it has something negative to say about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis might be an exception. Like, I don't think he would.
No.
But everybody says something. And, you know, and Micah now is absolutely going to snap react to anything.
I also don't think it's something that's just solely focused on Dallas. I think a lot of players, when they leave teams, are saying, like, oh, yeah, I'm glad I got out of there.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's heightened in Dallas. Don't get me wrong, because of the organization and the drought and everything that's going on in
Didn't
the power
Slade just say
structure.
something about one of his teammates when he left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eagles, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that happens. It's like, oh,
But
hey,
the
I'm
Cowboy
out.
ones are all the same.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Nobody, like, there's not another team in the NFL that every person who leaves that city at the next one goes, are we on WFA?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't. But
There is no other team that every player who leaves goes, holy crap, the culture here is way better and cooler, and we're doing sports.
Yeah, they'll blame
Well,
coaches.
everyone who leaves here does fire
they-
that
they-
shot at the
they
Cowboys.
say that when they're I mean, when they're winning and they think they're doing better. I mean, we've seen people leave that it didn't always go as well.
It doesn't have to go well for us to hear the first time we hear from them. We're like, wow, it's wild. There's no distractions.
because it's the Cowboys. They like. I mean, when my boy in Kansas City did I can't even think of his name. Peyton Hendershot. Do we legitimize Peyton Hendershot? I mean,
you don't have to legitimize it for it to be the exact same thing everyone says when they leave.
yeah, because we're in the Super Bowl. Yes, it's about football.
I mean,
Cole
but you bring up a
Beasley
good
said
point.
something.
Cole
Show
Beasley
said
said
every player who
yes,
leaves says it.
Cole Beasley says something. as we saw,
and that's what Tank's talking about.
I understand.
Des Bryant said something.
But
when
as
he
we,
went to
yeah, he didn't like how they
Baltimore.
looked. But as we saw how things melted down in Buffalo, Cole Beasley was part of the muck here too.
But that doesn't. It doesn't matter. All right.
It doesn't.
I would say that's not my point. My
It's-
point is
it doesn't
this
matter.
is
The muck is it the truth?
the reason Tank said what he said is the reason that everyone says that same thing about the Cowboys. They probably are not going to win here because the dudes in charge make it harder than it has to be.
That's the one constant over the 30 years.
That's definitely the constant for sure.
And so
Yeah, I mean,
so,
that's fair.
and I guess what I was getting ready to say earlier, but they can be motivated and they can try hard and they can work hard. And I can tell you that Tank worked hard and Dak worked hard and they still didn't win. And so whether Osa's mad and Micah's mad and these guys are going to circle the wagons, will it make a difference if Jerry don't change how he does business?
No, it won't. And that's what Tank's saying. But it is. I think Micah thinks that's his job. Is I'm going to stand up for us.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's fair.
I am the leader of us.
And that's
You're
fair.
not going to talk about us.
That's fair.
And so,
Oh, it is on
the whole
backwards.
damn time.
Whole damn time.
All right, coming up next, we're going to start the show over. The Cowboys did sign another guy, and there are Cooper Kupp rumors a-swirling. We'll get into all that next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
Because order of operation is here, and we got to do it, and we got to pay the bills, and we're thankful for the bills that we have to pay. Let me tell you about my good friends at Lucy.
Tell them about Lucy.
I'm going to tell you about Lucy, but first I'm going to tell you about the
Day
promo
12.
code. Day 12 for you.
No
Lucy
tobacco, 12 days.
is 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco free. Lucy
right.
breakers are nicotine pouches with extra surprise.
Yeah.
Each pouch holds a capsule that can be broken open to release extra flavor and hydration.
Hydration
Do you
comes-
feel
yeah.
hydrated?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
do?
yeah. I
Don't
do.
forget the water, though.
I got some water right here.
All right, there you go. Hydration is always key. Set yourself up with a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door. Don't have to go out anywhere to get it. Lucy.com. Use the promo code DLLS and get 20% off any subscription.
I just want to know this, Lucy.co.
.co.
Lucy
I'm sorry, but I do have to
co.
read this verbatim at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
end. Lucy's product is only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. One of these products contains nicotine. Nicotine is addictive chemical.
Yes, that is indeed true. That is indeed true. Shout out to our friends at Sleeper as well. Promo code DLLS Boys. And on Sleeper, what you got to do is much like your boy did yesterday. I said, Luka, more than his projected points plus rebounds plus assists. Nailed it. I said, Giannis, double-double. More than 0.5, I guess, because it's like, will he or won't he? And so the answer is more. And I forgot the third one, but I nailed it. Shout out to our friends at Sleeper. It makes things fun. Get on there, pick your favorite players, maybe your least favorite players. Maybe you want to do some hating and say somebody's going to do less than their projected stats: points, rebounds, assists, passing yards, rushing yards, goals allowed, shots on goal. Pick a sport. They've got all sorts of things that you can pick in your daily fantasy there. Sleeper is the app, the promo code DLLS Boys, and you will get $55 in free entries when you place a $5 contest. And I'll have you know that we're having a competition, and if the leaderboard is right, see, they must have gave me a loss for probably not giving them picks one week, because I'm perfect. I'll have you know, but if Jeff Wilson wants to pretend that he's winning, that's fine. I do like Bobby being in last. So, yeah, we all make our sleeper picks each week. And I'll track him down. It's no problem. They can lie about where I am right now. It's not a problem. I'll track him down. Cowboys signed a new guy.
They did.
I don't like that y'all not excited. We're out here adding free agents. I thought we wanted free agents.
It's a solid signing.
Another 3.7 yards per carry guy.
They signed Miles Sanders, former Eagle, former Panther.
Yep.
And the second running back they've signed this offseason that's a veteran that for 2 years in a row can't get anywhere near 4 yards carry. So we are excited about that.
I mean, it's not exciting. I mean, it's competition for your second running back, because this is not going to preclude them from drafting a running back high. You're going to just have, you don't have Zeke Elliott back there, so you're going to have two guys competing to be Zeke. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Are we sure about that, though? Like, are we sure about
If
that?
this is their starting running back,
Well, I'm asking. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being a smart A. I'm asking.
to his point, I think that last year they wanted to pick a running back. And they ended up picking Maris Leofau because they liked him. If they weren't if they weren't planning to, you could have brought Zeke in earlier or whatever. Like, or maybe Jerry's going to bring Zeke back again. Like, I don't think they're going to force a pick.
It wasn't a priority last year, I don't think, though, and I think it was a contingency, and the contingency didn't happen. Therefore, they're like, all right, we met with Zeke before, let's roll with him.
Okay, then let me rephrase and yell at the Cowboys. If you're going to force a pick at running back, you have a bad plan already.
I think it's going to be a priority.
It's a terrible plan.
I think it's going to be a priority
It's
this
a
year.
terrible plan to know what you're going to do with one of your first 2 picks or 3 picks or whatever.
But I think that what they did, doubling down at running back, and yes, both are 3.7 yards a carry, but certainly Jerry said, we're not going to fill any voids. They're filling voids. They're covering themselves at running back. They're doing what they're supposed to do, okay? We got a guy we can play with at running back. Now, if Genty's not there, I don't have to force a pick high.
Yeah.
If Hampton is not there, I don't have to force a running back. I can be patient with the running back pick and make sure I get the right value when I do pick a running back because I'm covered at the position. That's what it's about. You got guys that you can play with. And again, if you do pick a running back, Javonte Williams basically got guaranteed $1 million. That's it. They can cut him in training camp.
And I bet Miles Sanders is the same.
Yeah, they could cut one of those guys in training camp and roll with the rookie if they do that.
Yeah.
But this does not preclude them from drafting the rookie, but it certainly makes it where they don't have to force a running back. They don't have to force the cherry. They continue working on the foundation. See, there you go.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Okay.
I asked Twitter today, so now that Javonte Williams is here, Miles Sanders is here, at least in the mix, going into training camp. Both of them. I'm going to give you both of them. Over, under 100 carries total between those 2 guys for the Cowboys this year.
Combined?
Ooh.
Yeah, combined, both of them.
I say over, yeah.
I'm going to say under because one of them won't be here.
I'm going to say under because I think one doesn't make the team.
Yeah, I'm going to say under. One won't be here.
So, I mean, 100 carries, though, I mean,
That's not
consider
a lot.
injury, that's not a lot.
I think that
Consider injuries, potentially.
let me rephrase. I believe that one max of those 2 makes the team, and there's a chance that neither, or that one is very rarely used, because I think they could pick 2 running backs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's impossible. They got 11 picks.
There's a
10?
chance that
They got a lot of picks.
they got 10 picks.
10 picks.
10 picks.
I think
you should rephrase it to touches, rushing and receiving touches.
Oh, that's
Williams-
cheating.
No,
That's cheating.
it's using the guys. Will they use those guys?
There's gonna be 400 carries on the team. 100 is not a
It's
huge
not a
number.
lot.
Yeah, and I'm still taking the under. That was the point of the question, so I could shock you with my under answer, because I think they're going to have a different primary, and they might have a different secondary back.
I think one of these guys is a secondary back for sure.
That's what I'm thinking, too.
One of these guys is a secondary back. They'll get over 100.
But if there's a guy they like late in the draft, to your
We're
point,
gonna find 2.
they might. I don't think that's impossible.
Maybe I'm just trying to speak it into existence. Stop with the washed up running backs. Just stop. At least these guys are younger.
Yeah,
I mean, once you
Sanders is just 27.
I know, and
Williams is 24?
and he
Yeah,
got.
he's 24 years
and
old.
They're
Yeah,
24. They're not old backs.
You don't have to be old to be washed at running back.
Well, I mean,
Well,
I don't know if
felt that.
Sanders is washed. I mean, Sanders went.
I felt that.
Let's put context here.
He was in Carolina, where it's tougher.
Let's put context here. He was
Okay.
with the Eagles.
Yep.
With a running quarterback.
Yep.
And you look at his third, all over 4 yards of carry with the Eagles, with that offensive line.
Uh-huh.
He goes to Carolina his first year.
Yep.
They got the rookie quarterback. It's a
Yep.
mess,
Mhm.
and everything is a mess.
Yep.
He was 3.3 yards of carries his
Chuba
first
did
year.
okay.
I'm about to say Chuba did fine.
I'll say
Chuba
that
did
my
fine.
problem is when the other guy on the
Chuba
team
did
with
fine.
the
I
same
agree.
scenario is
Yeah, but-
always better.
No, there's no question. I'm just saying,
Everybody
though,
in
it
Denver
was
averaged more than
but I don't
Javonte.
know that he dropped off. I just think it was just a mess. And then when you're not used, you're not the primary back, your numbers generally go down.
Why? Tony Pollard, when he wasn't the primary, was way better than Zeke, and
Pollard had juice and probably should have been the starter.
Chuba did better than Miles Sanders with his carries, and Jaleel McLaughlin did better than Javonte Williams with his carries.
I
And
like
it's just,
Jaleel. I like Jaleel.
like, I think you're just grabbing guys because they're cheap, not because you think they're good.
the irony is they could
you're-
probably-
And part of it is you have to.
yeah, you're covering yourself. You have nobody to play with at the position right now. You have to cover yourself. That does not.
Sign Rico.
I was going to say, you could have had Rico. but-
There was a bag.
You couldn't have got
But-
Rico. You couldn't got Rico for $1 million. Basically, what you got. Javonte Williams
That's
for.
true.
You signed 2 different guys. You could have just brought
I also
back
don't know if
Rico.
Rico was super thrilled about the idea of coming back.
That's
frankly.
probably true.
Well, he's going to share time in Carolina.
And that's back home, and I think he's cool with that.
We do have 7,000 super chats.
Yeah, let's
we need to power through before the show's over. Retro Spectro, Micah trained with sumo wrestlers preparing for this. Matthew, who's a worse run franchise, Mavs or Cowboys? Cowboys overall, Mavs in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Jeff Heath is the GOAT. Well, I guess technically now the Mavs are run by those people permanently, so the Mavs might be worse run. D-Law handed his water over to Chill to carry.
Was I carrying D-Law water?
I don't know, maybe.
He was carrying the Cowboys water.
Dro knows I speak.
Oh, Dro, nice.
All Houstonians, when I say this, to all the social media influencers and wannabes, the Texas State Fair in Dallas and Fiesta in San Antonio are way better events than Rodeo Houston.
What? That's
no
not
cowboy
true.
cosplay at those events.
That's not true.
I've been to the rodeo in Houston.
I think you're talking about the scenery.
Yeah,
you're talking about scenery.
Yeah,
I don't think he's talking about scenery.
Don't
Are there nice trees out there?
You're talking about scenery. You're talking about a different level.
The Houston rodeo is going down right now.
They got trees at the rodeo?
Yeah, you talking about stallions.
Houston radio.
You talking about stallions, and I don't mean the ones inside the bar.
Dro, you need to go to the Houston rodeo. You have not been.
He's a Houstonian.
Go to Bun B night.
He's a Houstonian.
Well,
go to Bun B night.
See, that's what I'm saying. You thinking about Bun B and the Stallions. He's talking about, I think, overall events.
Man.
See, and I'm not sure what they're referencing with their veiled things, Joe, but I want you to know, if you ever go to the Houston rodeo, there are so many gorgeous women with incredible butts.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Stallions.
Oh, yeah.
And they all got boots and yes.
Yeah, the
They
boots.
feet stink, though. But that's another situation.
What?
I'm just saying.
And in San Antonio, it's just churros, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Charles Barkley
Do
said,
not compare the scenery of Houston to San Antonio. sir.
Heyer, good morning. Good thing Seattle has strong coffee. It'll prevent Tank from getting tired in January. Tank isn't Micah.
He will have to worry about being tired in January.
Neither will Micah. Clemo said
that's a good point as well.
Sam Williams said it's his turn also.
Better be. It's a contract year.
He did.
I mean, hey.
He did.
And you know what?
He did.
This would be a great time
And we didn't blow
to
up that
stop
tweet.
getting penalties every time you're on the field. That would be great leadership from Sam.
See, this is the part of talking about maturing and growing. Is sometimes you have to understand when to just sit things out. Just they say for you, just sit it out. Just sit it out.
Message Jesse.
Just sit it out.
Like Trayvon Diggs. Like Trayvon Diggs sat out.
Like Trayvon Diggs.
No, he didn't sit out.
He jumped in and he realized, I'm gonna J. Cole this thing.
I should delete this.
Message.
I'm gonna let Drake and K. Dot go at it.
No, we don't have to do that to Trayvon Diggs. Let him out. Let him be out.
In your 20s, did you have this level of maturity?
He might have.
Because I know you like punching folks, so don't do that.
Nah, in my 20s, that's why I had a level of maturity, because I knew that it would cost me.
You were punch. You want to fight.
I kept my mouth closed. The best that I possibly could.
He was also on day one of being an alpha leader of the defensive side. So he's, you know what? This is my chance.
He's not the leader. Tank never plays. Been hurt since big contract. Well, I guess Mike is the leader because there's no one else there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
he's the leader.
I don't think you want him to be the leader, but that's fine. Chris, best reality show headlines over. Oh, Jerry is thrilled today.
Yeah.
Claymore,
365, baby.
Mr. Exhausted Tank ain't the right messenger. D-Law was part of the problem. He didn't go to a contender. It's Seattle. Sit your ass down.
It's Seattle, bro.
Exactly.
William, how does this help the team? That depends.
Exactly.
It motivates. It's a fire that burns inside.
If you gotta if this motivates you, this ain't the sport for you.
Right.
This ain't the sport for you.
It's not a motivation thing.
I at least partially disagree because Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady, all these dudes, before they play in the Super Bowl, they talk about how people don't believe or people talk about us, and they're full of it.
That's made up.
Right.
That's
so if you can get a real one, that's great.
Kirby Smart has won 2 national championships on that hype alone.
Yeah.
Kirby Smart. Georgia.
Yeah, he also
he
won.
says, "Oh, you guys, we've been doubted."
Shotty got him.
He also won with the number 1 recruiting classes.
That's
too.
what I'm saying. He's like, we've been doubted. No one believes in us, bro. You're the number 1 team in the country from start to finish. Everyone believed in you.
Athletes are psychos. They'll make up motivations. You can get real ones. That's great.
This ain't even motivation.
Okay.
How's the team retro? How is it a brotherhood with a bunch of 1-year deals?
Fair.
Well, I mean, Tank told you they don't.
You can't build brotherhood 1 year.
What they say at that school in Durham too.
Dro knows. Don't feel bad, Jesse. I struggle to say statistics.
Tough word.
Proprietary.
Who's the Ray Lewis of our defense? The new guy,
Who's gonna
Sanborn.
cut somebody?
Sanborn.
Pierre Lewis. It is good.
Yeah, Pierre-Louis.
Louis. It is good leadership from D-Law because he told the truth.
See?
Kelly, Jesse, your hat on backward.
Thank you.
He
Shout out
paid
to Kelly.
$2 for that.
I fixed it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, Kelly.
Claymore, leadership assumes responsibility and not finger point. Tank is as much to blame as Micah.
I agree.
Kelly, got your back, Jesse.
Thank you, brother.
Knight, should McClay's job be split between free agency and the draft? Seems like we are using expired scout reports because day one free agency is a new thing for us.
Yeah.
James Grover, if Tet gone and Genty made it past the Raiders and you knew the Bears would pick him at 10, would you give up the third to move up or stick and pick?
I'm not trading.
You're
up
not
for Ted.
trading up.
I'm going to trade up for running backs. Could Michael Williams be in play at 12? Absolutely. And TB, before Clayton Adams showed up, James Conner was averaging 3.7 per carry. As long as we draft a running back, I'm totally fine with either of these guys as RB2.
And they love Clayton Adams.
Coaches
Good
are going to
point.
fix it all. Coaches are going to fix everything. What is it, a Friday?
Yep.
Is it a mock draft Friday?
Mock draft Friday.
Mock draft Friday. All right,
Knock it out.
we clean up whatever we haven't done and maybe run through a little mock draft Friday party for you guys. We'll do all that next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. And is this the last day?
Yep, last day.
That's
And
the
we're in
last day?
fourth place.
We're in fourth?
We're in fourth. We had a huge spike, but everyone else did too, so we got to keep going.
Oh, okay. We need people to sign up to be a diehard. We need you to do it today. I will become a huge homer if people sign up for the to be a diehard. I'll be super positive about all the stuff. We have a two-headed monster at running back. Excited about that. We've what else do we bring in? Maybe the best linebacker core in football.
That's right.
Excited to see those guys get to work.
Kenneth Murray's a
Peyton
monster.
Turner, breakout year, incoming. Solomon Thomas. I know a Pro Bowler when I see one when he was
right.
drafted. We're about to kick ass and take names. You're going to want to be a part of that. So sign up to be a diehard at alldlls.com/diehard or use the QR code that's right there in front of you. And Jerry and Steven are spending this offseason. They're getting in the mix in free agency. This could be the Super Bowl year, and you're going to want to be a part of it.
$19 million so far, baby.
Is that what we
Oh my gosh.
They go to free agents.
But yeah, signing up to be a diehard is great. This is the best offer we've ever had, $36 for an entire year. You get a free T-shirt when you sign up. You pick that out of our merch store, and our merch store is badass. Once you're signed up to be a diehard, guess what? You want more incredibly cool T-shirts, hoodies, whatever, 20% off once you're signed up to be a diehard. You get on the website, no ads, access to the diehard level content from guys like Joe and Clarence. And Jeff Wilson is back there somewhere. He's doing
We wrote a
something.
ton this week.
And there's a bunch of good content that you need. You need your Mav stuff, Tim Cato, Mark Stein, all you need for your DFW sports fandom. You get access to our Discord where we hang out and talk about chicken,
Feet.
bunions, sports.
I got bunion.
You got a bunion?
I got a bunch.
Left foot?
Both feet.
Both?
Both?
It's like hereditary.
Damn.
Me too.
Damn.
It's like hereditary.
I don't got bunnies.
But mine don't hurt. It's like
Okay,
good
that's
balance.
tough. That's tough. So yeah, sign up to be a diehard and do it right now or else, which is of course not a threat. All right, so now.
Want to talk the cup stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mentioned Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I was just saying before we talk the draft, just know that
Mm.
receivers still in play in the draft. I mean, the Cowboys are not going after Cooper Kupp.
Adam Schefter this morning made it sound like they had a deal done
He
with
said,
Cooper
quote, they
Kupp.
were,
And
he said,
then-
quote, they were working towards a deal.
And then he then what
And
he do?
then quickly walked it back.
Oh, did he change his mind?
Yes, he walked it back.
Quickly walked
Oh,
it
I
back.
thought we were signing Cooper Kupp. And by the way, I just want to tell Jerry and Stephen Jones, you should do it.
Yeah.
The number that is being kicked around is about $15 million a year is what Cooper Kupp wants. And there's going to be people who say he doesn't deserve that, to which I say, you have $42 million in cap space. Who the F you planning to spend it on? Overpay a little bit to get a receiver that can help CeeDee Lamb when he's healthy.
Too much
Just
like
do
Ray.
it.
That Cooper Kupp is not
Too
in the mix.
much. It's not our money. They have more than they need. Who else are they supposed to sign?
Too much like Ray.
He's not in the mix for the Cowboys.
Yeah, he
What are they
should
doing
be.
with the $42 million?
I don't know. We've
What's
been
the plan?
wondering that. We've been wondering that
he
since
should
they
be.
cleared out the
How
cap
about you
room.
unrestructure Dak then and go ahead and eat that this year?
They're
Why'd
gonna-
you push
they're
it
gonna
back?
sign Deron Bland at some point in time. They're
That'll
gonna
bring down his
sign-
cap number.
They're going to sign Tyler Smith at some point in time.
we
Bring down
hope
his cap
those
number.
are right. Those are
And
the things that sound like
and then
right.
they're going to carry the money over to next year.
But also the
So that they can
OSA small cap hit, though, that they didn't want to eat that with the money they could have done this year. They wanted to take a small cap hit now and move that backwards.
Just sign Cooper Kupp.
They're not signing Cooper Kupp.
They're not signing Cooper Kupp.
And no one's signing Cooper Kupp because the asking price is too high. Everybody thinks his price is too high.
The market
that's one
does
reason
think
why he
15
does not
million is
have
too
a
high.
deal.
But 12 to 13 should be in play.
Yeah, just sign it. Just sign it. Like, what
What
are you
it's going
doing?
to end up being is he's gonna get around 13, and with the availability to take it to 15 with incentives and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure.
That's what it'll end up coming down to.
Yeah, what better team to do that than one who claims that they're trying to win and doesn't have a second option at receiver?
I ain't winning the Super Bowl over there.
Did the Eagles address their third receiver option?
They try over and over again, and that's their third receiver.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they traded for Jahan Dotson, and they
And he scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
he's
More
not-
than any Cowboys receiver in the last 30 years.
Yeah, they're trying, and the Cowboys are just like, I don't know, man. Somebody named Jalen surely will do something for us. And
They could have got Jalen Rager, but he signed with somebody.
we need another Jalen in the
He
mix
signed it already.
at receiver.
I will say the Schefter
They
thing
went-
was kind of wild this morning. Oh, they're working towards a deal. Only an hour to go to be like, you know what? They're not going to likely get him.
And it was like an add-on to they're signing Miles Sanders and working
Working towards a
towards
deal.
an agreement with Cup.
You
What
guys-
is working
You
towards?
guys know how that is.
No, I know.
It's the payola. It's the payola. It's the agent saying, "Hey, Schefter, tweet this out so we can get this deal with the people we really like. Let's do the whole thing that we always do when it comes to the Cowboys. We know that they're not going to the Cowboys, but let's just add the Cowboys name to the conversation,
No doubt.
so that people that we really want to go to look up and go, oh, the Cowboys may like them.
But you know what's funny about that?
Let me go. It better be funny. Let me go over there and sign this so that the Cowboys don't get them. The Cowboys never win.
You
Play
don't.
for them.
You don't think the league knows that they're cheap though? Like that shouldn't matter.
It works
Oh,
every
the
time.
Cowboys are interested. Oh, what? They're going to offer him $3 million in a bag of chips? No, who cares? That's not going to drive my price up.
Cooper, you want to play for the league minimum?
Yeah.
Got a spot for you,
Hey,
baby.
get back out there.
Have a good day.
That was wild.
Say, see you out there.
Yeah,
see you out there.
Yeah, see you out
See
there.
you out there.
See you out there, guys.
Him. Why do the Cowboys spend money on free agents like they're playing sleeper? Spend $5. Call it taking a risk.
Sleeper.
That's how I play sleeper.
We're
$5.
sleeper. We're sleeper over here, brother.
$5.
Michael, overpay for Asante Samuel, not Cooper Kupp. Overpay for somebody.
Santi Samuel's visiting Arizona.
You got like 42, 45 million just laying there that you created, and you're going to spend it 1.2 at a time?
It seems that way.
Sign a football player. Not one that, well, if we don't do anything in the draft at any of these positions, we can survive with this. Sign a player. But thank you for signing a bunch of players.
Right.
I do appreciate
Last year
you.
they did nothing.
I appreciate you doing the due diligence.
This year they're
now
doing
do the part
something.
that makes you better.
Right.
Because
Are they better?
if you think Tank gone, Rico gone, J. Lou gone, if you think that you're going to lose what you lost, plug the leaks with the smallest amount of duct tape that you can at all these spots, and then 2 draft picks or so that hit is what's going to take your team, and now you're better.
Yes, Jeff.
Zero
Yes,
chance.
Yes.
They don't want to.
Yes,
Here's the
Jeff.
chance you're better.
Yes. This is what
Zero.
they think. This is what they think.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
don't
they
want-
think.
No chance.
They don't
History
want to mess
has
up their
said
comp
that.
pick formula by signing a guy to big money and mess up their, that
That
fourth
is
round pick
exactly
they're gonna
what
get next year
they
with
think.
Tank.
Yeah, we got to get these comp picks so that we can flip them for
Right.
bad players.
Right.
I'm gonna
That
do
is
I'm gonna
exactly
do a
what they
story
think.
before the draft, looking at the success rate of their comp picks and being like, okay, are they even doing anything with these comp picks? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
But
these are 5th round picks. We're talking about if you're prioritizing getting multiple 5th round picks of guys that are likely probably going to flame out, and I know you've had success there too with Deron Bland and the likes of that.
Yeah.
That's more anomalies than the norm.
Right.
So that's your priority is getting late round picks in order to not do much with them?
I guess, yeah. I mean, my thing with the Cowboys is most teams, you can look at what they're doing and you go, they're playing.
I know.
And with the Cowboys, there is nothing that aligns with anything. Like, what is the direction? You're absolutely not all in.
No.
You're absolutely not rebuilding.
Selective aggressive.
You're just split in the middle, which, as Mark Cuban once said, and then didn't live by his own words either, like the treadmill of mediocrity is the worst place to be in sports, and the Cowboys are willingly driving directly down the middle.
But again, we've had this argument about that. Is the mediocrity right down the middle. It's a win for the Cowboys. We keep trying to we take the personal common sense that we have, and we try to walk it out in the sense of what the Cowboys should have. And when you look at it, It's the level of mediocrity. We're competitive enough to keep you interested. And that gets us everything that we need. It gets me all of my Monday night and Sunday night and primetime football games. This is why the stars. This is why the Micahs don't go anywhere, and this is why the Dax don't go anywhere, and the CDs don't go anywhere. They're necessary plants that are needed for the ability to get people to come watch the show. The show is never going to be good enough to truly go out there and do what it's supposed to do, but it's a show nonetheless. It is watchable. At times, it's competitive. You put wins together, but at the end of the day, if you are sitting back with a level of common sense, you can look at it and go, this team does not have a chance to compete for a Super Bowl. And it's been that way year after year after year, despite having some of the great names. That's the cost of doing business. And the business model is, why am I going to change when I keep winning in the areas that are important to win to me? I win at Forbes. Yep. I win in attendance. Yeah. I win on TV games. When we go back at the end of the year, we go the top 100 TV programs viewership all year.
I know.
The NFL has 97 of them. The top 5 usually are the Cowboys versus somebody.
Yep.
Right? And there's usually 2 or 3 games in that top 25. That generates the buzz, and that generates the intrigue, and it generates the funds that they consider wins. That's a win for them. We take our personal wins and what we want to be a wins, and we try to force it into we take the square thoughts that we have and try to force it into the round circle that they have.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work because they're not operating in the way that we are operating. They're operating in the sense of, I'm winning the way that I want to win.
They want to draft and develop, which we could do with a mock draft.
And so we talk about, mock draft. We can try to get one, but like,
can we get one round in?
Can we get one round in?
But let me finish my thought. But we also talk about like, they look at this team and they say, go all in. They look at a guy like Sam Williams and they go, there are people in that building that expect Sam Williams to come back from injury and to be where he left off. All the draft, because we see it. All the draft traits, all that they loved about Sam Williams in the draft, they're saying, that's coming to fruition this year, right? They believe that. They believe in these players that they have on this football team, that they're going to come back from these injuries, from these things, and they're going to be the people that are in place to go, he's going to finally step up. He's going to give us what I need. And then when it doesn't happen, they'll go, oh, okay. But then we'll try again next year. And they'll rinse and repeat this thing over and over and over again.
They make me tired. They make me very tired. Super Chats. Jermaine, they sign players they hope their draft picks can beat out. It's not a way to try to win. Dro knows Jerry's like a deadbeat dad. If he buys you a gift, it's always cheap, and it's always a week after your birthday or Christmas.
Yeah.
Sweet.
My dad never showed up, so damn. At least he got that.
Yeah. For some people, deadbeat is an upgrade, And
wow.
It is.
Well, it is. For some people,
For me, it would have been an
I'd rather
upgrade.
have it late than not. You know?
It's a bummer, man. Happy Friday, everyone.
And I mean, if we
Happy
wanted
Pie
to,
Day.
Happy Pie
3/14.
Day.
You know it's Pie Day?
Yeah, it is Pie Day. I mean, because also there's some people that wish that Jerry would show.
Sir. Sir.
I mean, the fans who want better players, certainly not a child who didn't.
I feel you, girl.
Mock draft
We got
Friday.
something in common, girl.
Can we get one round in?
I don't know.
Or do we do
maybe.
it for the mini pod instead?
Now we got to.
If we want
We
to.
talked about why Jerry's cheap.
Can we?
Mm-hmm.
We got a minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, we can pick a player in a minute.
Yeah,
and
we can
15
do it. Let's
seconds.
just
Watch. Hit the start button. See? We got players right there. Okay. Tetaroa McMillan, which I'm done waffling on. I think that'd be a fine pick at 12. Malachi Starks, I think, would be a fine pick at 12. Will Johnson would be a fine pick at 12. Luther Burden would be.
Why are you just skipping over Barron like that?
Maybe, I like Barron. I don't think I like Barron at 12. And I don't think the Cowboys are going to like Barron at 12.
It's Buka.
Because I think that the Cowboys are with Eberflus are going to rush 4, play a bunch of cover 3, and in cover 3, guess what you want from your corners? Jeff Arms.
Do you need that in the slot though? Truly, do you need long?
Oh, are we thinking Barron's a slot corner?
Oh, he can play slot.
Let's put him in the slot.
He can play slot.
And I know that's kind of a value waste of a 12th pick
Right.
overall, but
You need a slot.
also if he's a
Is
dog,
Kwame.
I mean, Izzy
Izzy's back.
Izzy has length. Maybe put him back on the outside.
It's boring. I would just take Tetaroa McMillan.
Let's go with Ted.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with Ted.
Look at that.
Slow Ted. Slow Ted.
We did it.
Big play, slow Ted.
Saved the whole damn franchise. You're all welcome. Thanks
Slow
for stopping
Ted.
by. And we'll see you on Monday. Make sure you stay online to see what's happening. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.